I think if an SJW were to selectively clip my videos, it would sound like breasts, boobs, breasts, fun bags, butt, jugs, mammary glands, breasts, titties, ass, booty, cans, breasts. And I can't even argue with them. Maybe there would be some nuts, balls, and hairy vagina thrown in there to even things out. In this episode, Captain Marvel goes to freeze her eggs because she realizes that she is 30 and her biological clock is ticking away. She will need to find a sperm donor because I'm pretty sure she's a lesbian. Obviously, her lesbian partner needs to be a different race so they can harvest those oppression points. Carol and her carpet-munching partner will sit on Twitter all day attacking Trump, Republicans, men, Christians, and Europeans in general. I always think it's funny when mainstream comics does the mixed race relationship. Being mixed myself, I wonder if the writers and artists are also in mixed race relationships. Somehow, I really doubt it. So why are they pushing it so hard? It's almost as if they have an agenda. Anyway, Carol and her 1024th Indian partner will of course be blue checkmarked on Twitter, which means that they are legally retarded. They will hashtag MeToo, resist, and I am still with her. Hillary Clinton would sell you into Islamic slavery for a bag of corn chips. Of course, her and her box-licking partner would write anti-white feminist articles for Slate and constantly remind you to donate to their Patreon so they can buy cat food for their cat babies. Hey, Runfamous, your cats will eat you when you die. Which will probably be pretty soon if you keep packing on the pounds. Only kidding. She's packed on a few pounds, but it's probably just stress eating from attacking and doxing people. Somehow, I imagine her masturbating furiously while getting double penetrated by Nick Rekieta and that umbrella guy, who will be dressed as German officers circa 1940. Heck, make it a foursome. Add in your boy Zach and Ethan Van Sciver. Her Infamous has so much anger in her. Show me on the doll where that umbrella guy touched you. I think she's married, which means that she is absolutely amazing in bed. Her head game must be A1. Her pussy must taste like ambrosia, and she is always open for a little backdoor action. But I digress. Back to Captain Marvel. The Adventures of the B-Cup Cat Ladies. The women who always want to talk to the manager, or they're going to leave a bad Yelp review. Who wrote this? Some feminist idiot. Who drew it? Someone who was completely unfamiliar with the female form. The women look like pretty decent trannies, but with masculine jaws. Nothing wrong with trannies. I have met some pretty cool ones. Real nice guys. I've sat on a couch watching movies with my buddy and his boy/girlfriend. I said, it's cool. Just hanging out with the dudes. 3 swinging dicks. Just bros being bros. She told me to blow her. I had to decline the offer. Remember, kids, Tumblr and Twitter are not the real world. There's a fight scene where these 2 middle-aged soccer moms fight each other, but it's just 2 120-pound B-cups slap fighting each other. Yeah, I know they have superpowers and whatnot, but the male heroes at least have big muscles. The women don't. So the whole thing just looks silly. And yes, I know it's a comic, but Captain Marvel is the Squirrel Girl of comics. I know Squirrel Girl is the Squirrel Girl of comics, but Captain Marvel is even worse. At least Squirrel Girl has some self-awareness. It's basically a comic starring a girl with Down syndrome that is marketed to retarded liberal college kids, which is all of them. The whole time, the 2 box wine drinking single ladies are fighting, we're wondering if they're going to kiss. Maybe start scissoring each other. Anyway, this comic is definitely not in the A-list of comics, which is funny because there was just a $1 billion film starring Brie, I don't hate 40-year-old black dudes. No, wait, Jewish dudes, no. White dudes? Larson. So one would think the comic would want to capitalize on that success, but capitalism and success are verboten concepts to SJWs. Reading this was a chore. I don't understand why anyone would pay money for it. There's just nothing to offer it. Okay, let's just take this image for example. Do the women look beautiful? Are they 2 beautiful women doing beautiful things? No. They look like your neighbor's mom who stays in shape. I mean, if this was your wife, I guess you'd be pretty stoked. Is that a woman? Are you sure about that? But This is not what a superhero character looks like. Superhero characters are supposed to be aspirational, inspirational. If you can draw the men looking like basically Thor, if you have men looking like Thor, why does who's Chris Evans, the guy who plays Chris Helmsworth or Chris Evans or something? I think played Captain America and Thor. Those guys are probably below 10% body fat, just ripped and shredded. So why does Brie Larson get to be just a skinny fat chick with no tits? So that's the movies. Okay, now compare it to the comic books where the dudes all basically look like Thor, just muscles on top of muscles, extremely low body fat. That's no problem. They all look like Superman. They all look like the Hulk almost. Why is that not a problem? Because the female gaze doesn't count or something? That's not a problem, but it's acceptable to make women look like this. Isn't that a double standard? Is it just me? Yes, of course, it's a hypocritical double standard. Okay, soak this image in. This is the bad girl. That's the bad girl. That's the bad girl. Either that's the world's biggest untrimmed bush, or that's a dude who's really hung. Gets just a big old set of nuts on him. I don't even remember who drew this. I looked it up in the beginning. Let's take a look. I don't remember who wrote. Oh, Kelly Thompson's and Carnero, and Bon Villain. Kelly Thompson is the far left man-hating SJW nut job. Carnero I'm not familiar with, but if you're drawing this kind of stuff, you're not very good. Color artist Tamara Bonvillain, letterer, some company, VC's Clayton. Tamara Bonvillain or Villain, isn't that a transsexual artist at Marvel? So why did you draw the cover, or someone drew the cover like this? Actually looks good. Listen, boobs. But then in the comic, those things are not present. Nobody wants to buy this. Who's behind this? I guess you're selling this for little girls so they can look up to heroes. How many issues did this sell? I don't know. Could not have sold. What the fudge is that? What is that? Why don't you just come out of the closet and make the characters trans? Just, come on. Just pull the trigger on it. Make them trans. They're bitch slapping each other. They're slap fighting. Girl fight. Just start kissing. Bring out the double-headed adult toy. Nobody wants to see this. Nobody wants to pay $4 for this. This sucks. This is garbage. Anyway, let's take a quick look at something else. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is Ardanna. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You can go to IndieCron or Indiegogo. This is issue 0, unusual. Sword and Sorcerer Heroine rises for new age fantasy adventure, $5,000. 2-pack companion for $40. I don't know if that means 2 covers or what. Wait, $15 for the issue? That seems unusually. Thank you for popping up as I'm making a video. And thank you. I have plenty of storage. $15, $20. I don't understand what the difference is. Anyway, it seems pretty reasonably priced. 24 pages. That's probably why it's so reasonably priced. Search for a Missing Father, Sabian. That is probably an unfortunate choice for a name because I believe that is a adult device that women ride. Looks like you can look it up, or maybe I'm misspelling it. It's like thousands of dollars, and it's supposedly the best orgasm in the world or something for women. I like the art. I mean, women who look like women. That's you don't see enough of this in comics. If Marvel, oh God, I don't even know what I thought. They would have to fire literally everyone at Marvel. You would have to fire all the writers and all the editors. I think the artists can probably be turned around. They might be SJW artists, but they usually artists want to draw beautiful people. big muscular dudes with swords doing cool stuff, and beautiful blonde chicks with big boobs and butts doing cool stuff. It's not I mean, I don't think artists want to draw these, Captain Marvel flat-chested people that they're being forced to draw. Anyway, this is Ardanna on Indiegogo. It looks good to me. There are a lot of these good campaigns out there. There's some Indiegogo campaigns, Comicsgate campaigns that are not ready for prime time yet, but this definitely is. So you can check this out on Indiegogo if you're into this kind of thing. Beautiful people doing beautiful things. Why is that? Why is that haram these days? This is haram. This is very, very haram at Marvel. If you drew this in Marvel, oh my God, you'd probably be shown the door, because the Twitter sociopaths would not let this go. Anyway, this looks good. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.